Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1981 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Texas Rangers and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Rangers is Jim Farr, whose record is 8-11 with a 5.47 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Jerry Udjur, whose record is 4-6 with a 3.50 ERA. Well, it comes down to this. We lost yesterday, a bad one, 11-2. And our bullpen, really no facet of our game was good yesterday. Bruce Robbins got pulled from his start early. We had 3 errors, including both middle infielders, and we only put up 2 runs against a pitcher who had an ERA that was almost at 6. So we just did not get the job done yesterday in a moment when we needed it most. As you take a look here, we are 3 games back with 3 games to go. And so if I understand the way math works, and I promise you that I don't, I believe if we lose today, we are automatically eliminated. So this is it. It comes down to this. It comes down to Jerry Udjur, which does not excite me. We did make one roster move today. I will show you that momentarily. And this is also our last home game of the season. So kind of a big day all the way around. And the only way we're going to find out the result is to play this game. So let's get it going right now. I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe. This is, as I mentioned, with 3 games to go here, we will be playing a 1982 season. And it's probably going to be about a month or so after the final game is done here before I get that season up and running. So there'll be a little bit of a hiatus, and then we'll be back to make fun of players' names and to have brand new baseball cards to show and have all new stories about starting pitchers and some personal stories from my short-lived baseball career, my athletic career in general, I suppose. So this is a lot of fun for me, and I guess we'll save the exposition for another time. But I'm looking forward to next season as well. So at any rate, Jerry Udjur on the mound, you can see there. Actually, the only pitcher who's been pitching good in the last week or so. We did send down, which right-hander did we send down? Tom Filer. I almost forgot. We sent down Tom Filer because between Filer and Dave Patterson, both were listed as tired and would not have been available today. So Dan Petrie gets the call back. We're going to give him a chance to finish out the season. Probably the inside track for the 5th spot. As you take a look here, the minors made 11 starts in AAA, went 6-4. Not horrible. More strikeouts than walks. So at any rate, if Udjur can't get the job done, we're going to bring in Dan Petrie. The lineup for today against Jim Farr, basically all the normal players in there, maybe switched up a little bit. We did bring in Barbaro Garbey to play DH today, since he's been doing so well in basically spot duty and pinch hitting. Let's take a look at the official lineup for the Texas Rangers today. Batting leadoff and playing shortstop is Odie Davis. Batting second at first base is Terry Bogener. Batting third and DHing is Billy Sample. Batting cleanup and catching is Darrell Porter. Batting fifth in left field is Johnny Grubb. Batting sixth at second base is Bump Wills. Batting 7th in center field is Mickey Rivers. Batting 8th in right field is Chris Speier. And batting 9th at third base is Wayne Tollison. What an odd lineup today. Then we'll take a look here at Jerry Udjur pitching for Detroit today. Look at his log. It's impressive. He's won the last 2 games, going 7 innings against Minnesota and going 6 1/3 against the Yankees. Has not walked a batter in his last 2 starts. Overall, making his last start today. This is his 14th start, 17th appearance overall. He's 4-6 with that 3.50 ERA. More strikeouts than walks. Opponents are batting .249 against him. No complete games. Tough for him to get past the seventh. So if we can get close to the seventh inning, that will probably mean we're ahead. Taking a look here at the Detroit Tigers' defensive alignment, pretty much the same as it ever was. And here is Odie Davis batting leadoff back at shortstop today after playing second base yesterday. And he hits a line drive into center field, caught by Rickey. So there's one down. Next up, first baseman Terry Bogener. He was off yesterday as Steve Garvey played. Hit a ground ball to second, and Whitaker tosses him out. So 2 quick outs for Udjur, and then the DH, Billy Sample, is up. He was in center field yesterday with that 73 center field rating. And he flies out to right center to end the inning. So we're going to the bottom of the first. Here's the Tigers lineup rundown. Batting leadoff, playing second base, is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting third in center field is Rickey Henderson. Batting cleanup at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting fifth in right field is Garry Hancock. Batting sixth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting seventh at first base is Greg Brock. Batting eighth at DH is Barbaro Garbey. And batting ninth at third base is Tommy Brookins. Jim Farr on the mound. You look at his picture. He was a pitching coach at one point, I believe, for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But in actuality, he is on Texas in this game, and he's making his 23rd start of the season, 8-11, with a 5.47 ERA. Giving up 186 hits in 148 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .300 against him. Not a strikeout pitcher. Basically 1 every 3 innings, we'll call it. And 3 complete games with 1 shutout. He's got a fastball, he's got a sinking fastball, and a hard curve. Curve is his best pitch. His fastball tops out around 90 miles an hour, and on ground balls, it's about average. So maybe we got a chance to get some long balls against him. He's given up 21 dongs this season, so that must be among the leaders. Here is the Rangers' defensive alignment. Right field sucks. That is Chris Speier, who is the shortstop, backup shortstop, really. So he's out in right field today. We're just trying to get the bats for everybody. And here's Sweet Lou leading off against Jim Farr. Popping it up. Whitaker pops it to second base, and second base today is Bump Wills. Next up is Gibby. Gibby is just choking on it down the stretch as his batting average dips below 280 now. So 2 down for Rickey Henderson. We're moving him all around, trying to find a good spot for him. And he pops it up on the infield. He leads our team in runs scored, but he's not much of a leadoff hitter as he pops out to end the inning. So another 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the second. Here's Darrell Porter leading off. He was an all-star this year. Same with Odie Davis. A ground ball to short. And there's 1 out. I'm not sure if he would have made the team if Brian Downing of the Angels had remained healthy. I think Downing had much better stats, but I believe Porter made the team because of the injury to Downing. As Grubb in the 5-hole today grounds out to short. There's 2 down. And a ground ball by Bump Wills to Brookins at third, and Brookins tosses him out. Nothing doing for anyone as we go to the bottom of the second with Trammell, Hancock, and Parrish coming up. Trammell, there we go, base hit to left field. He is on fire right now as his batting average is up to .305 and definitely among the league leaders. When the season is over, we will have a specific playoff day, and then we'll have a second day where we'll do leaders and free agency. And that's how the season will end up. So we'll do that on 2 separate videos after the season is over. Okay, so we have a runner on first. That's Trammell. We have Porter, who's a decent catcher. And we have Larry Hancock up. We're going to hit and run with Hancock, who his average is up to 283. He's lost his power, although he did that big home run against Bob Babcock the other day as he grounds out to short. But either way, Garry Hancock will not be on the team next year. And then Lance Parrish, clutch once again, base hit to left field. Trammell scores, and the Tigers take the early lead on the Parrish base hit. So it's 1-0. Here's Greg Brock. His average is up to 270, striking out on an inside pitch. So 2 down. And here's Barbaro Garbey, 4 for 8 on the season. Spot duty, ground ball right to the third baseman, Tollison, and Tollison tosses him out. So we are going to the top of the third. 1-0 Detroit with Mickey Rivers batting in the 7th spot today, hitting a fly ball to his center field counterpart. Caught by Henderson. There's 1 down. Next up is Chris Speier. I don't think this guy is an outfielder, but we'll take a look. Oh, he even caught a game for them. Yeah, not a right fielder, but he is making his second start, so he's kind of like their utility guy, if you take a look there. Okay, so Chris Speier with 1 down, and Udjur strikes him out. That's the first K for Jerry. 2 down, Wayne Tollison. First time we're seeing him this series. Ground ball to Trammell. Trammell tosses him out. We are going to the bottom of the third with Tommy Brookins leading off. Brookins mired in a huge slump, but he does walk quite a bit. And he is also going to arbitration this year. I guess he has 18 walks. I thought it was more, but not really. He's going to arbitration. We will try to keep him as long as we have $1 in the bank. We don't really have another third baseman other than Mickey Hatcher, who we traded for, and that's proven to be a bad decision. Whitaker walks, back-to-back walks for Farr to start off the third, the bottom of the third. So we have some speed on the base pass for Gibby. Gibby swing away. He hits a high fly ball to center. Brookins will tag on this, I believe. He does, takes third. Oh, wow, that was deep enough. They must have tried to make the throw to third as Whitaker tags up as well. So that's going to keep the Tigers out of the double play. As long as Henderson doesn't pull it to third, we should score a run. Oh, that'll be good enough. Good job by Henderson. Flipping it out to Speier in right center field. Brookins tags, Whitaker tags. Everybody's moving up. And that's an RBI for Henderson. Good job. So 2 down. Score is 2-0. Whitaker on third. Here's Trammell. Base hit his first time up, and he grounds out to Wills at second base for the final out. So we go to the top of the fourth with Odie Davis, Bogener, and Sample due up. Okay, well, leading off, Davis is walked by Udjur. So the leadoff man is on for Terry Bogener, batting .220 versus righties. Ground ball to first. That could be 2. They can only get the lead runner, Davis, at second. Wow, for a first baseman, Bogener has 90 speed. Let's see if he's going to be running here against Parrish. 1 down. Billy Sample's up next. Oh, he was going on the pitch. It's called the strike, so it's an 0-1 count as Bogener gets his first stolen base of the season. So let's see if that's a timely stolen base as Billy Sample takes a strike 2 looking, and Bogener steals second. Okay, well, that's ridiculous. But it's an 0-2 count. Let's see if Udjur can strike out Sample. Nope. Flips it to right. That'll get the run in. So a run is scored. They have Udjur has not given up a hit yet. It's 2-1 though, as Bogener almost single-handedly gets the job done, and then Porter parks it into right field bleachers, and it's 2-0, just like that. There goes the no-hitter. And then a base hit up the middle by Grubb. So all this with 2 outs. And then Bump Wills hits a ground ball to Trammell. Trammell manages to make the play. So the Rangers get a couple of runs. The game's all tied up at 2. Garry, Hancock due up. Hancock, Parrish, and Brock. Hancock hits it sharply to first, but right at the first baseman, Bogener. So 1 down for Parrish. He drives it to center field, almost 400 feet, but it's going to be caught by Rivers. So 2 down. And then a little nubby from Brock. And that's an infield single. So a runner on first for Barbaro. And Garbey hits a ground ball to second. So we leave the runners stranded. We go to the top of the 5th. Jerry Udjur at 57 pitches. And Mickey Rivers leading off. He's 0 for 3 against Udjur. Line drive to center, but right at Rickey. So that's the first out. And then Chris Speier steps in and hits a ground ball to Sweet Lou. Lou tosses him out. Wayne Tollison up next with a base hit into center field. And that's the 3rd hit for the Rangers today. So with Tollison on first, here's Odie Davis back to the top of the lineup. And he hits a high fly ball into right center field. Plays made by Hancock. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. All tied at 2 with Tommy Brookins leading off. He walked his first time up. And he rips a ground ball to short, snagged by the shortstop. Today it's Davis. That's right. And Davis tosses him out. So that's 1 down. Almost a base hit for Tommy. Next up is Sweet Lou. Lou, there we go. Base hit past the second baseman. Bump Wills, and it's 1 down with Whitaker on first. I have no confidence in Gibby, but he's going to finish out the season. Ground ball to second as we hit and run. Whitaker will advance on the play. It's going to leave it up to Rickey Henderson. With 2 down, Whitaker on second base. Rickey pulls it to third. And an error on the third baseman, Tollison, allows the go-ahead run to score. It's a wild throw to first, and Henderson is standing on second base. So, good fortune there for Detroit as Trammell steps in and hits a nubber back to Farr. Yesterday was the all-time nubber game. So many ground balls back to the pitcher. With a costly one by Hume, who threw the ball away and allowed the couple runs to score. We're going to the top of the 6th. Tigers have the lead. We have a bunch of lefties due up. I kind of think Udjur deserves an opportunity here to get a couple more outs. But this will be, Sample will be the last out one way or another, I believe. Oh, yeah. So this is it. We're going to guard the lines here against Sample. I should have just brought in a lefty. Yeah, then a wild pitch. Ground ball to first, and Bogener is going to be on third once again. That's going to do it. That's the season for Jerry Udjur. Okay, we're going to bring in Capizello. Excuse me. And I can promise you we're going to pull the infield in here. 39th game for Cappy. 5-2 record with a 4.54 ERA. 27 walks. Opponents are batting .221. Take a look at his splits. And lefties are batting .229 against him. So he gets out righties actually a little better than he does lefties, even though he gets lefties out pretty good. And he's got a tough one here. We're going to pull the infield in. Porter 0 for 3 in his career against Cappy. Ground ball to Whitaker. Whitaker is going to go home with it. And we get the lead runner out. So great job by Capizello getting a ground ball there. So not out of the woods yet. We got another lefty here, Johnny Grubb, and he walks Grubb to bring up the switch-hitting Bump Wills. Got to pull the outfield in. I hate doing this because I feel like it always backfires. There we go. Cappy gets Wills to pop it up on the infield. Let's see if Whitaker can make the play. Whitaker does. The Tigers get out of it. Good job by Capizzello. We go to the bottom of the sixth with Garry Hancock leading off. Let's take a look at the in-game stats so far. Player of the game, I mean, probably Parrish with that base hit. Gave us the early lead. Okay, so here is Garry Hancock, 2 for 6 against Farr in his career. He's got a walk now as he gets the third walk issued by Farr. Wow. I need to have Parrish swing away, and he does lead the American League in grounding into double plays. Here he pops it up. That should only just be 1 out. So runner on first. Here's Greg Brock. Let Brock swing away. He pops it up. Carrying to the outfield, and Rivers makes the play. So 2 down. Hancock on first. And here's Barbaro Garbey. Pass ball issued to Porter allows Hancock to take second base. So he's in scoring position for Barbaro Garbey. And he strikes out on an inside fastball. So a missed opportunity. We go to the top of the 7th. We've got a lefty, a righty, and a switch hitter due up. We're going to let, oh man, I hate letting a reliever start the next inning. But we're going to let Capizzello pitch to Rivers. Oh, he is 2 for 3 against him. Maybe this is where we turn the tide. Ground ball to short. Cappy gets the ground ball, and Trammell tosses him out. Now, Chris Speier is batting only 115 versus lefties in limited duty. We're going to let him go. Ground ball back to Cappy. And he throws him out. So 2 down. Here's Tolleson. Had the error last inning. He is 1 for 2 on the day, hitting a .222 versus left-handers. And he pops it up into foul ground on the first base side. And the play is made by Brock. Capizzello maybe getting the player of the game at this point. He's been clutch. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Here's Tom Brookins leading off. He walks again. 2 walks today. Now Brookins has got speed. I'm going to let Whitaker swing away. If we can't advance Brookins, we're going to have him steal. Oh, that'll get the job done. Base hit down the right field line. Brookins takes third. Whitaker holds with a single, and there's nobody out. Runners at first and third for Gibson. Come on, Gibby. He's 0 for 3 on the day in a huge slump. And this is a slump buster right here. And I know slump busters. I've had a few in my day. Brookins does score, and Gibby hits a double play. So no RBI. And we get the insurance run. We probably are going to need it. It's going to bring up Henderson, and Henderson hits a fly ball into left center field, easily caught. And we're going to the top of the 8th. It's 4-2 Detroit now. We're going to take out Capizzello. Does a fine job. And we're going to give, this feels wrong, but we're going to bring in Dan Petrie in a relief appearance. Taking a look at him. This will be his first relief appearance of the season. 2 and 4 with that .569 ERA, more walks and strikeouts, but better than last year, even though his ERA is higher. Opponents are batting .273. He's got a 90 rating right now. And a peak at 94. So this guy should be lights out. He's just not. He's only 22. He's got an awesome fastball. It's only tops out at 90, but he can spot it, I guess. And slider, solid, change is good. Curve, he can work in there once in a while. And I don't know, but we need a big inning here from Petrie. Here's Davis leading off against Petrie. Davis rips it to left. Gibby will track it down. There's 1 out. It's going to bring up Terry Bogener. He's got a couple of stolen bases today. Hitting a fly ball to right. Hancock makes the play. 2 quick outs. It's going to bring up Billy Sample. He's got a hit against Petrie in his career. And he hits a number. Right back to Petrie. Great job by Petrie. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Farr still in there, approaching 100 pitches. Trammell will lead off. Trammell's 1 for 3 on the day, popping it up to short. And Odie Davis will make the play. So there's 1 down. Garry Hancock up next. And he strikes out. 3 Ks now for Farr to go with his 4 walks. It's going to leave it up to Lance Parrish. This could be the last at bat for a Tiger this season at home. Ground ball to short, and Odie Davis tosses out Parrish. So we go to the top of the 9th inning. The Tigers hold a 2-run lead. And we need to bring in Dave Rucker here. Maybe even get a save opportunity. Unless we get to a righty. Dave Rucker, he just crushes every lefty he sees. Take a look at his splits. Lefties are batting 132 against him. Only has 5 hits and 2 walks. And who knows? Maybe I just jinxed him. We'll find out. This is a big game here. He's going to have to face 4, 5, and 6. Porter, Johnny Grubb, and Bump Wills. Darrell Porter up first. Ground ball to Trammell. Come on, Trammell. Trammell throws him out. 1 down. Next up, Jay Grubb. Johnny. Ground ball to Trammell. Come on, Trammell. Oh, there we go. All right. We're going to leave Rucker in there to face Wills. Wills batting 250 against left-handers. And he hits a fly ball to left. That ought to be the end of the game. Gibson makes the play. Tigers win 4-2. That was a big victory. Let's just see how big it is. Our 60th win on the season. Let's take a look at the standings. And we are still mathematically alive, as we are now tied with Baltimore. We're 3 games back, so we did not gain anything. But we cannot lose the last 2 games. And really, if New York wins 1 game, it is over. That's how it is. So, actually, let's take a look at transactions real quick. Don't go yet if you're stuck around at this point, because we have a day off tomorrow. I'm going to advance 1 day, and we're going to find out if we're still in it or not. We won't save the drama. There's no point. So play 1 day. We've advanced to the Red Sox day standings. We are still in it somehow. I'm not sure how, because we had the day off. It looks like Baltimore did as well. New York played and won. And so there was only a half game differential there. Correct? So we're still alive. Everyone in the West is still alive. Let's take a look at the National League. Yep, it's been settled. It's going to be St. Louis against Houston in the National League for the National League Championship. Take a look at the transactions one more time. Nothing new happened in the day off. And let's pull up the box score for today, and we'll get out of here. Who's the player of the game? Could we actually give it to Cappy? I mean, a couple of those runs were not that exciting. Parrish did have the 2 hits. I think only 2 runs, 2 RBIs in the whole game. Brookins actually walked twice and scored twice. That's actually kind of important. You know what? We're going to give it to Jerry Udjur, who's won 3 in a row. A great way to end his season. He goes to 5-6. Dave Rucker gets his first save on the season. Great job by Petrie coming in, getting 1 inning in relief. Jim Farr takes the loss. He's 8-12 on the year. Darrell Porter hit his 12th home run. So that's going to do it for today. We're going to come back tomorrow, Sunday, to play the first of the 2 games against the Red Sox. And until then, everyone, have a great night.